Welcome to this episode of What's Happening Waupaca. My name is Joni Kern. Today we are talking about Arts on the Square. We have Marcy back on. We've seen Marcy before. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you bet. So Arts on the Square has been around for a while.
This is our 11th year.
11th year, so this is pretty exciting. And it is a really neat event to be at. I've been there, and it's a great way to come in and see a lot of the vendors, and there's some incredible artists that are there.
I know.
But you do more than that. So go into what the entire...
Okay, well, actually, we've got these cards out in the community now, okay? And on the back of the card, we've tried to list everything for people, but just a caution that people are still adding things on. But the point is that this year, we have something going on every day the week before. We started that last year with one event, but some days have 4 or 5 events. Oh. So it's turned into really a full week event, which is really cool because the funny thing is a long time ago I went to a festival in Galway, Ireland, and it was a 2-week arts festival. And there was stuff going on in the retailers, in the streets, and all over the entire city for 2 solid weeks. And that was the inspiration really for Arts on the Square. So we feel like we're halfway there with 1 week. So the first part of the week we call Articipation Week, which is a corny way to say we're anticipating Arts on the Square.
Right, because so you have Talk of the Town, which you do every year.
Right. We've got music every night in a different venue. We've got art classes. We've got music in other venues as well. So for instance, St. Mark's Episcopal Church has classical music in their garden on Tuesday. I think it's at noon. So it's like a luncheon music thing, I guess.
Sure.
So just lots of different things. The library is chiming in. They're doing 3 different events that week.
Yep. And South Park is in this.
Right.
Waupaca King, and in between retailers is involved. So really it's the entire town. Now, when I think about Waupaca, and I think about, and we do a lot of the arts on here, high schoolers, who are very artistic, and Arts on the Square, it seems like Waupaca is not only very supportive, but as if it is just a very artsy community. Do you find that, or do you just think it's the city that is bringing it out in the open for all of us to enjoy?
You know, that it's kind of a chicken-egg question, but there's been an intention from the Arts Board for about 15 years to try to get more involvement, not to put on events, but to get people to work together. And that's why we're so excited about the Articipation Week, because we're not putting all those events on. We're just doing the promo. You know, everybody's joining in, and people are realizing the value of the arts. And it's one of those things that becomes exponential to the point of this year, actually, the city is working with a consultant from an arts advocacy group with a task force to talk about this very topic. How can we actually highlight the arts more and have it be part of our city's identity and part of our economy, quite frankly?
And it's a fairly large part of...
It has become that.
The Waupaca economy, but I can just hear people, because I would be one of those saying, you know, that's all fine and good, but I don't have any talent. So, you know, when you think, when we immediately think of the arts, we think of people that paint beautifully. We think of people who can play a guitar. We think of all of these things that most of us think are unattainable for ourselves, and we don't have a whole lot of interest. So, and art is so good for us. It is so good for our health. It's good for the family unit. So can you explain to me a little bit about how we can take a look at art as in something that find your own talent and do it and enjoy it?
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite topics, Joey.
Oh, isn't that
and
wonderful?
I hope I don't talk too long. If Josh goes like this, then
yeah, really.
But the thing is, I'll use you as an example, okay? And you probably would say you're not an artist. But art is it's a wide variety of things. The art of. Think of it as the art of, okay? So you always look like $1,000,000. You dress
thank you.
very beautifully. That is creativity right there. Art is really synonymous with creativity. So even though it's art, it could be music, it could just be the way you design your living space, it could be the way you cook, the way you appreciate things. Appreciators are a big part of the arts. We need the appreciators. And so everybody, and we believe on the Arts Board that everybody has the potential to be an artist. Everybody is an artist. When you think of children, you sit 50 kids down at a table and at least 49 of them will partake in an art project. It's a natural thing that we have within us to express our creativity. And creativity, engaging in anything creativity, expands your brain and it helps you learn to be a problem solver because you're always thinking outside of the box. So even though you may be a very, kind of by the books, maybe mathematician type person, the arts can expand your ability to enhance that talent.
But art is not just about painting or drawing or taking fabulous pictures or playing a musical instrument. Art is about how can we do the things that we enjoy doing, riding a horse or putzing in our rock garden or manicuring our lawn or
exactly
right. It's all about doing something that you really enjoy doing because that's the benefit for our physical health, isn't it?
It is a really big benefit because our physical health is linked to our mental health. And so anything that you do that induces enjoyment is a natural calming thing for your system, which affects your blood pressure. And of course, I'm a nurse, so I'm
we have right. not only have Marcy on the Arts Board, we have Marcy the nurse,
right,
talking.
And by the way, you just had Lions Camp on. You had Chris, and I just spent a week at the Lions Camp as a diabetes educator, and it was just fabulous. So thanks to the Lions, okay? But anyway, getting back to our physical health, it's very much related to our mind. Our mind and body are connected. So all of these things are really connected, and you could go on just looking at the ripple effect of enhancing the arts in your community. So that's what's so cool about our city taking these steps. There's very few cities that engage with the arts community the way our city is doing it.
So I know that the year that I went to Arts on the Square, you had in back of the library in the parking lot, you had all kinds of
workshops
and interactive activities and things. So you still have that this year?
This year we're going to have a whole bunch of them, and I don't have them listed on this card, but they're on our website and they're on
Beautiful.
Our Facebook page. But we've got some really cool workshops. We've got a silk screening workshop where you can make a dish towel with a really cool, I'm not going to release what the images are, but you can then remember Arts on the Square as you hand dry your dishes, thus saving energy.
We are an holistic approach. Yes.
We've got kids workshops. There's this little kids sculpture workshop. The quilters are coming back, the Peaceful Hands quilters. The carvers are going to teach kids to carve on a sweet potato. We've got
that you can eat afterwards.
That you can eat afterwards. We've got a paper making project that starts on Friday and goes through Saturday, where we're going to actually make the pulp, and the pulp machine is powered by a bicycle. So that's kind of complex.
Okay. So we need to get onto your website. We need to see what we can do.
Absolutely.
We need to come to Arts on the Square, enjoy the music, enjoy the art. You can walk around, you can do some shopping.
Yeah.
There's absolutely fabulous things, and you can bring your entire family.
That's right, and there's something for every age. And it is the same weekend as the triathlon, but we don't overlap our times, so you can actually do it all.
Perfect.
And for those who want to do everything at Articipation Week, I would just encourage people to do that, because what happens is you start to see the same people going to all these events, and it's almost like a really cool club. And it's just really, really fun. So
terrific. When is this?
It starts on August 13th. That's a Sunday with the chalking, and goes through the 18th, which is Friday, which is the night of the street dance. We're having the Reptile Palace Orchestra.
Okay.
And
all right.
Then Saturday is the big kahuna with all of the artists' workshops, 3 music stages, and just so much more. We have, I just
All
have to
right.
mention, we have some fabulous storytellers coming. One is a Native American woman in full dress, and one is a Hmong woman, and then lots of poetry. So that's
Great.
an additional thing.
Something for absolutely everybody. We do need to cut you off.
Okay.
Something for absolutely everybody. Marcy, it's always wonderful to see you.
Thank
Arts
you.
on the Square starts on August 13th. Enjoy. Thank you for joining us for this episode of What's Happening in Waupaca. I'm Joni Kern, and we'll see you next time.